Imagine you sit down to dinner with some friends or family and need loved ones, and someone brings up politics. You know the moment. It's guys like me. Voices get just a little bit louder. People start throwing out their opinions. Someone almost for sure says this country's doomed. Somebody else chimes in and blames the other side for dooming the country. No, the other side is destroying everything. And before long, dinner's ruined. Here's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. If something truly matters that much to you, like enough to let it ruin your day, like how much are you actually doing about it? Because in reality, changing a law is actually doable. It just takes more than being upset about it. Let's walk through how a law actually gets passed. First, have to have an idea. Then, the idea can become a bill. Anybody could suggest an idea for a law. Anyone. But it has to be introduced by a member of Congress, either by the House or the Senate. That bill gets assigned to a committee. Committees will study that bill. They'll debate it. They'll hold hearings. A lot of times they'll change parts of the bill. This is actually one of the first major places that regular people can influence the process. Experts testify, citizens will submit statements, and interest groups will lobby representatives. If the committee approves the bill, then it goes to the full chamber, either the House or the Senate, where representatives will debate it and vote. If it passes by vote, then it moves to the other chamber, and the whole process starts over again. If both chambers agree and vote on the bill, and they both agree on the very same version of the bill, then from that point it goes to the president. The president can either sign it into law or he can veto it. But even if the president vetoes it, it's still not dead. It can be overturned by Congress, who can override it with a 2/3 vote. So when you hear people say, well, one person can't make a difference, it's not really entirely true. Individuals influence laws all the time. They do a couple things. They organize groups, they organize campaigns, they write letters to representatives, they testify at hearings, they vote, they pressure lawmakers through advocacy groups. But here's the part that I think most people skip. Influence requires action, not just emotion. Which brings me to something that I try to remind myself of. Your level of concern about an issue should be roughly calibrated to your level of action. If something bothers you so much that you allow it to ruin your day, or damage friendships, or turns most dinner conversations into a battlefield, then maybe that issue deserves like a real investment of your time. Research it deeply, volunteer for a campaign, join an advocacy organization, call your representatives, show up to meetings, actually try to change it. But if you're not willing to do any of those things, then maybe that issue shouldn't have that much control over your mental health. And let me be clear, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion unless you're an activist. Of course you can. Everyone has opinions. But there's a big difference between caring about something and letting it consume you. Because there is a lot of people that live in this really weird middle ground where they're really passionate and angry about issues that they're not really even informed about, and they're not even willing to take action on, but they're still willing to let it ruin their day. So maybe a healthier approach might look something like this. You either raise your level of action, or you need to lower your level of emotional investment. Just bring those two things closer together, because when concern and action are actually aligned, your opinions become more informed. Almost all your conversations become more productive. And those dinners that usually get ruined by those conversations, maybe you actually have a peaceful dinner when that takes place. Let me know what you think. Put some comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I love differences of opinions. I love conversation. I love to know when I'm wrong. Let me know that I'm wrong.